Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? Guys, Blade of Immortal. The Blade of the Immortal is popping off so crazy, and I am looking so much more forward to what the heck were they thinking when they had this part of the show. I am mind blown with what they're doing. Like, to take such a degree of a turn into just figuring out what the heck this whole immortality is, which at this point our main guy has practically accepted it, right? Like, I've never seen Maji-san so like quiet and just kind of plotting. He's just kind of plotting, right? Like, he's just chilling back, letting these idiots dabble with something that even he probably doesn't understand to the fullest, right? And he just like, if these guys figure out something, I guess I figure it out too, cause I'm here, you know. Um, and that's the crazy part about all this is no one really knows anything of what's popping off, really, besides the people involved, supposedly, right? The outside world just looks like the normal, same old, like nothing's going on, while in closed doors, our boy is getting straight up bodied, right? So it's these types of things that make this world so like bleak and eerie because it just kind of goes to show you that no one really matters besides the people with power. And once the people with power get taken out, someone always rises up to take his place because who wants to pass up on that power, you know? So now, with everything kind of transpiring as a whole, it's pretty clear that we could see a lot of betrayal or something once uh, once word ever got out, if this ever got out, right, without him dying first. Uh, I could see that being a pretty big problem as a whole with doing what they're doing right now and not really have any repercussions. Like, no one, like I said, knows about this. Everyday life is just continue to go on as if nothing's happening. And that's the type of stuff that truly scares me. Just to be able to do things that you want behind closed doors and not really get any type of punishment for it because why? You practically own the area. You have no one that can really tell you different. And if they do, we've seen our main character who is relatively skilled, but at the same time, like, he's not that skilled at fighting. In the case of his immortality is something he relies on quite a bit because he's willing to take the damage. He's willing to take the blows and roll with them, then just, try to avoid being touched and being the best swordsman by um, just going in and, you know what I mean? Like, just by getting cut by a swordsman in a samurai decade, you're pretty much dead, right? Like, your life's over. Hence why a lot of the fights in the beginning of the show was, oh, I stabbed him and I killed him. Now to turn my back and lower my defense. Like, that was a lot of the fights because these swordsmen, these people are so ridiculously powerful. That's what they're all striving for. That's what they're all pushing for, is to be able to have this bragging right, this power over each other. And because of how things are looking, we can already tell who is going to really dictate that power move. And not only that, trying to make more immortal bodies himself kind of still is an unanswered thing of why. Like, where did he get this idea? Why does he want to do it? And who is it to help him defeat? Or does he even need help to defeat? I think this might be something of some disease our character may be dealing with or trying to beat or something along those lines. But then once he said that, because I thought once we heard about the days that this man had to complete the task, That's what felt like was the grand scheme of, hey, there's something in the background happening, and this person really wants to, get it figured out or whatever the case may be, but pretty much can't because of how things are transpiring. So that's what I love about the show is they're just giving us enough information to be like, yeah, this guy's crazy, but he thinks he's doing the right thing. He's also one of the most skilled swordsmen we've seen outside of the clan of people that's hunting down and taking out people with their dojos and stuff like that. So we got the strongest swordman we've seen so far, holding our guy captured, and not only that, the main thing that truly frightens me about this man is him watching the doctor's progression. Just watching him go from this man who was making nice with a patient so things would feel and be a little bit easier on him, and then going straight to, I'm gonna need about 7 people. Actually, no, just bring 7 things in here so I can test on them. Like, he doesn't see them as humans anymore for what he's been doing. He's starting to become a researcher more than a actual doctor. Um, and what do researchers do? They only go until they find what they want, until they get exactly what they need out of experimenting. Kind of like a scientist. He's more of a scientist now than a doctor, which is too bad, just because of we know he was a good guy at heart at first, kind of. Like he really wanted to just actually. Oh, this is. I was like, I'm gonna cheese this man. He wanted to learn at first, and now it's turned into an obsession. And maybe behind closed doors, he also now wants to be immortal as well. Maybe so he can learn more things around the world that he's always been trying to, learn and whatnot. So this is his chance to pretty much get that and more, because now he gets all of these prisoners who are sentenced to life to experiment this a session that he's built up thanks to this man who hired him, and there's no real sign of him making it out of this. Like, it looks like he's pretty much just done for, right? And I'm okay with that because he was only gonna be useful until he wasn't, and I think we were pretty close to his usefulness running out sooner than later. Um, just with how this guy is, I don't trust him at all. So knowing that he was getting closer to his goals just meant he was probably getting closer to executing any and everybody that isn't really necessary to him at that point. So as of right now, I definitely want to hear from you guys. What do you enjoy about Blade of the Immortal, if you are keeping up with it still? Um, a lot of things in this show have started to turn in the favor of a certain person, but at what cost is he going to learn the immortal gene, and what cost will he go to either obtain it the way he really wants to? Like, he's learning about it for what reason? Does he need it to survive? Like, he feels like he's dying, and a person like him with the immortal gene would be absolutely disgusting, seeing how he doesn't change his demeanor at all. Like, him seeing people die, him seeing the doctors change, him seeing just all of these things transpire has no type of effect on him. It's kind of just like another day to him when you're watching him, and it's disgusting to me, just how calm, collected, and cool he is about all of this. So there's something for you to look forward to in this show, is if he actually is going to be the one that wants the immortality and stuff like that, he might just get like instant karma. Like, he might end up like this bald guy who every single time he wound up getting a piece of his limb switched out, he ended up like feeling more and more sick, or like less and less of capable of just doing normal things that he was doing every day, like eating and, being active and talking and whatnot. Now he's just like, he was getting bedridden more and more. He kept doing it. It's like having his arms or limbs cut off to have him replaced with the Immortal guy. So, yeah, we're in a very, very dark part of this show, and I feel like after seeing what our girl was just dealing with in the case of hanging out with people that actually wanted her dead, and then making friends with them, not even just making friends, but actually feeling bad when one of them could be getting his life taken away as they speak after everything transpires on the bridge, which was freaking hype what happened. But as a whole, everybody, I hope you're having an amazing day, night, evening, whatever the case may be. I am your boy, the Anime G, and I will definitely be looking forward to hearing from you guys as soon as possible because, yeah, I am out here grinding these videos out, and I want people to see, certain animes out there and watch all this stuff. So I probably might dump a load of animes this day, so I apologize if it's too much for certain people. And I would respect your choice to unsubscribe because of so much content. But yeah, with all that being said, everybody, take care and peace.